guys, I'm Grandmaster Shaymin and welcome back to Flower Paradise, and today we have another episode of our Robotics Notes Elite playthrough. I hope you guys are excited, as my controller is apparently not. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you all in just, I don't know why I said that. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna get right on into it. So, we've taken Hidaka-kun hostage and part of the club now.
あんたたち下級生に対して横暴ですよ。
それは違うな。上級生が下級生に対して横暴なのは半世紀以上前からの伝統だ。いいか、日高。体育会系ってのはそういうもんなんだよ。
Granted, the Robotics Club isn't a sports team.
そんなのアナクロすぎるでしょ。
Anachronistic. Alright.
まあまあ、どうせ帰宅部だし、ちょうどいい機会じゃねえか。部活はな、汗と涙と青春だぞ。
よろしくね、日高くん。これからはスバルって呼ばせてもらうよ。
じゃあ俺も親しみを込めてスバルくんと呼ぶとするか。
ナンセンスだ。PTA に訴えてやりますから。
Good grief, he doesn't know when to quit. I guess I have no choice.
7人の女神の祝福により、我400光年の彼方より、
すいません入部します。だから人の真似しないでください。
I'm sorry. God dang it, man. What is up with this controller? My goodness. Alright. Subaru Hidaka finally surrenders. The young man dejectedly hangs his head and stops
ち
resisting.
なみにあの呪文みたいなのって自分で考えたの？
大会のディレクターの人に言わされてたんですよ。その方がキャラが立つからって。
Dang, you have my condolences. He didn't
で
come
も
up with it
ミス
himself.
ター
That's
プレア
fair.
ですがスバルだったなんて本当にちっとも気づかなかったよ。カイ、よくわかったね。
I mean, it was pretty obvious, but this guy had to put on the character. I guess he was told by the director. So Vince McMahon probably told him, you know, you got to look like an absolute buffoon, but we'll push you anyway, you know. And it's like Rikishi during that one time, you know.
それギャグで言ってる？
大真面目に言ってるよ。
I'm being super dupes serious.
アキちゃんとミッチーの目は節穴だって証明されたね。
誰か節穴だ。相変わらず先生の敬意が足りんな。
No.
俺、日高、打ち込め。
Michi puts his phone droid in front of Subaru, the club registration form on screen, ready for submission. With the strength to resist gone from his soul, Subaru obediently signs his name. The way he signs his name resembles a criminal signing a statement saying, I did the crime. He's so defeated. The form is immediately uploaded online and registered to the school's database. And with that, Subaru is now a certified member of the Robot Club. Satisfied, we release our poor underclassmen from our grip. And now we have to get to Frau.
入部はしますけど、
right?
それ以上の協力はしませんよ。こんなナンセンスなこと許されてたまるもんか。
I figured, considering how much he's trash-talked us, forcing him to join was never gonna totally tame him, especially considering how unreliable a President Akio is. In that case, Subaru should just take over the club himself. I really don't care where it goes from here. These two crazy robo-lovers will go run off and fulfill whatever weird dreams they have.
はい、じゃあ注目。予算獲得の件は残念だったけど、ロボ部は無事存続が決まりました。うちらはこれからも正義の巨大ロボットガンツクワンを作っていくことができるわけで、これもカイとスバルのおかげです。
先生は？
ミッチーは何もしてないじゃん。
I'm sorry, mate. As someone who's in the teaching program right now, the fuck, man.
で、話を戻すと、廃部も免れたことだし、これまでずっとうちが構想してた計画をね、いよいよ実行に移そうと思うの。
I mean, you might not have a budget, but you still have 10 grand that you can work with. I'm just saying.
計画？
I have a bad feeling about this.
来年2月までにガンツクワン、頑張れる試作1号機を完成させるのがうちらの目標なわけだけど。 やっぱり万博でグランプリを取れるロボに仕上げるにはね、うちとカイだけじゃ難しいかなって前から思ってたんだ。今はスバルが入ってくれたけど、それでもまだ3人なわけだし。だからプロの助けを借りようと思う。
へえ、それはチート行為だな。意外としたたかなこと考えてるね。アキちゃんはもっと愚直かと思ってたのに。
それバカってこと？
おおむね合ってる。
違うよ。アドバイスをもらったり、あと施設を貸してもらったり、ちょっぴり手伝ってもらったりしようって言ってるの。
That sure would be awfully convenient, Pro. Would they really go that far for a bunch of high schoolers? And anyway, who is this Pro she's talking about? If she means Doc, yeah, sure, he's helped us a bunch up until
明
now.
日の放課後、早速乗り込むから、カイもスバルもそのつもりでいてね。
俺も？
じゃなくて、カイはロボ部員でしょ？
そもそも乗り込むってどこへ？
そんなの決まってるよ。
Without hesitation, Akio points to the southern sky, steeped in color of the sunset. Something on the southern side of the island.
ジャクサ、種子島宇宙センター。
いや、
She's gonna ask the space program. Wait, was that the intro? Oh my god, that was the intro? That was like freaking forever long. Oh my god. Okay, I have to... Wait. I'm sorry, I have to stop the audio because it'll get copyright claimed. To be fair, it's already, like, some of the music's already been copyright claimed, so I've been trying to, like, limit it down, but I don't want it to be completely silent. That was the intro. That was the intro. This just kind of shows you how long this is going to be. They added glasses? Is that going to be a thing? Alright, well. Yeah, see, look how evil Misa is in that freaking photo, man. I do think Frau's kind of a funny character, for sure. The ways that she uses, like, text talk in her actual voice is just... It's funny. I know for you guys it's gonna be silent, but I have to make sure that that doesn't get copyright claimed. I mean, the visuals might already, but I don't really feel like cutting them out. I will say the music is pretty decent. I don't know who did it. I wasn't paying enough attention, but pretty solid. All right, that should be good. So that was the intro. Phase 2. So we've made it finally past the first phase. So all of those episodes that we've done up until this point, all just the introduction. That just shows you how long visual novels are. That's why I have to do episodes on a daily basis, or else we'd be here until next year before I even get to the second game. Which I have both of them, so we're going to get to the second game. But I wanted to play the first one first in case I missed anything, like if there's stuff not from the anime. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be stuff that's like going to be additional information that the anime doesn't give because it just doesn't have enough time to, you know? When was the last time me, Misane, and Akio went to watch a rocket launch together? Oh, that's because I had to do the thing. That's right. It was 9 years ago for the HIIA Rocket Flight 17 launch. I remember the day being nice and warm, an early morning in May. Misane was readying for the next day when she'd be entering Robo 1 as part of the Robot Research Association. After watching the launch early in the morning, she was going to hop on a boat to Kagoshima, then fly to Tokyo from there. Despite being normally deserted, Ushugakuwa Park was packed with people. Whenever there was a launch, people from all over would come to the island to watch. Most of the tourists were adults, but once the rocket launched, everyone's eyes sparkled like children. Of course, the locals joined in as well. It had become a big event that took place twice a year. No matter how many times you saw it, it never got old. Although, to be fair, we wouldn't get as excited as the people who visited the island to watch. I rubbed my tired eyes and played fighting games with Misune, who had just entered high school.
また負けた。これで12連勝。カイもまだまだね。ひどいよミサネ。ちょっと手加減してよ。でもカイって手加減したら怒るでしょ。そうだけど。ま、師匠に勝とうなんて10年早いってことよ。もう一回勝負だ。と待って、打ち上げ60秒前だって。
The sightseers around us started to get excited. The energy was palpable, but there was still no movement on the launch pad in the distance.
ほらアッキー、起きなさい。ロケットもうすぐだよ。眠い。
Nemui mo. Akio was still half asleep. I put my game away and waited while holding Misune's hand. At last, we heard a countdown voice come in from the speakers. 5, 4, 3, 2. A cloud of white smoke rose from the launch pad. This was quickly followed by a bright light. Then the rocket that looked like a faraway speck started spewing smoke. It flew up into the sky. There were cheers coming from the people around us, the sounds of applause, and then finally a very low-frequency sound hit us, one that felt like it was vibrating in our stomachs. The man-made lump of metal cut through the clouds and rose up into the heavens. I remember how gallant it always looked, almost like a brave and kind of tragic way, stirring all who watched. I mean, with my dad doing rocket launches and stuff, I've seen my fair share. Not that many, because, you know, I was really young and when I lived in Florida for those Cape Canaveral launches, but still seen a few. But at the time, I had no knowledge or reason of poetic expression. I just intently watched the tail of the rocket, forgetting to breathe. All I could do was express my instinctive feelings as best I could. And next to me, Misune looked up at the sky like me and shouted,
Go! Hot dog! Go!
Hot dog.
ミサネ、ホットドッグ食べたいの？前も打ち上げの時、ホットドッグって言ってたよね。
昔の映画のセリフ。
After looking at me and smiling, Misune returned her gaze into the distant sky.
カイ、あなたも男の子なら、ライトスタッフを持つ男になりなさい。
As an elementary schooler at the time, I had no idea what she meant by those words. I only learned about the right stuff after Misune graduated high school and left the island. But by then, I stopped going to rocket launches. We are now Akio, okay. What is that? Yume or something? Chie Geyo. I actually don't know. See, the difference is the pronunciation. I'm pretty sure that's like dream. What? Dream to go high up in the sky or something? I mean, that's not the kanji for sky, but it's definitely up and definitely dream, so it's got to be something about dreaming of going up. You know what I mean? TNSC, the Tanegashima Space Center, is on the southern end of the island and is one of 2 launch sites in Japan. Many call it the most beautiful launch site on Earth. Up until a few years ago, it sent rockets into space twice a year. I'm waiting alone in the TNSC chief's office located in the administration building. Despite being the chief's office, it's pretty normal. Just a business desk and a sofa for guests. There's nobody but me in the room. I've been sitting on this sofa and waiting for almost 10 minutes.
いやあ、お待たせ。
Finally, the chief enters the room wearing a JAXA work uniform. In each hand, he's holding a teacup filled with hot tea. He smiles and puts the teacups down. While he doesn't look like a big shot, he is in fact the
びっ
TNSC
くりし
chief.
たな。急に仕事場を訪ねてくるなんて。
He actually seems kind of happy as he sits down across from me.
遅い。
ごめんごめん。社長の方に行ってたものだから。
The moment I complain to him, he bows his head to me. If someone who doesn't know anything about a relationship saw us like this, they'd probably be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up thinking that Jack's chief was having an affair with a local high school girl. But reality is nothing that
それ
gross.
でアキホ、お父さんに何か言おうかな。話ならうちでもできたろうに。
The current chief of Tanegashima Space Center, Kenichiro Senomiya, just happens to be my dad, that's all. I clear my throat and adjust my posture.
実はお願いがあって来たの。
娘にお願い事をされるなんて何年ぶりだろうね。
He whispers to himself, a distant look in his
これは
eyes.
娘が父親にお小遣いをせびるような生優しいものじゃないんだけどな。
That's why I came all the way here. While I could talk about it with him at home, I wanted to avoid
お
that.
父さんじゃなくて種子島宇宙センターの所長として聞いてほしい。
あ、うん。
中央種子島高校ロボット研究部と JAXA は技術提携関係にあるよね。
うん、そうだったかな。
そうだよ。
Look at her expression. He's playing dumb, so I hit the table with my hand to let him know I'm being serious.
あ、アキホ、落ち着きなさい。
My table bashing shakes the teacups, causing some of the fluid to spill out onto the table. The two of us wipe the table clean with
お
some
姉ちゃんが
tissues.
ロボ部を作った時 JAXA に協力してくれるよう頼んで OK もらったはず。
In truth, the gun build 1 currently under construction was built using all sorts of scrap parts from JAXA. But that's just the official stance.
だからロボ部の手助けをしてほしい。一緒に正義の巨大ロボを作ろう。
This is what I really
と言わ
want.
れても、どう手助けをすればいいんだい。
話は簡単。
I smile as I whip out my phone droid and then show him the report I wrote up during class
施設人材資金。
その1、施設。ロケット組み立て用の施設をうちらの実物大ロボット組み立てのために貸してほしい。理想はやっぱり VAB。その2、人材。ここで働く技術者の人でロボット工学に詳しい人がいたら紹介してほしい。その3、資金。JAXA の偉い人に頼んでちょっとでいいから軍資金をもらえたら嬉しいな。できれば100万円くらい。
I know the third one is asking for a lot, but that's why I'm taking a shot in the dark with it. Can't hurt to ask. It's hard to believe that the robot club was in such dire straits last week. Now we have a ton of financial leeway. We got 1 million yen as prize money for the Robo 1 after all. That's about equal to the last 9 years of funding.
ねえ、どうかな。
Dad pushes out a strained laugh.
うちは本気なんだけど。
ああ、そうなのかい。でもね、そう言われてもね。
Crap. He's totally trying to brush me off with a smile. I can't rely on the version of my dad that is in front of me right now. The aura he's projecting is no good at all. I need to regroup before it's too late. But how?
無理でしょ
Instant rejection. He didn't even give me time to regroup. But I don't plan on backing down now. If Misa could get JAXA to cooperate, so can I. As the chief's daughter, I'm sure things will work out if I keep pushing. It'd be a real problem if it didn't. That's basically what dads are for,
ガン
right?
ツクワンの完成はお姉ちゃんの夢でもあるんだよ。だからどうしても完成させたいの。それでね、来年開かれる東京万博に出展するんだ。で、東京にいるお姉ちゃんにも見に来てもらう。どう？素敵な考えじゃないかな。
This is the first time I've ever told my dad about my
お
dream.
父さんだってロボット大好きだよね。だから言い換えればガンツクワンはうちら親子の夢でもあるわけ。というわけでお願い手伝って。もう残された時間はあんまりないの。
う。アキホ。
Dad looks deeply moved as he locks his eyes with me. But that's almost immediately followed up with a long sigh.
無理だよ。
お父さん。
いやー僕の仕事を勘違いしちゃいけないよ。
Dad stands up and, like he's trying to escape, he gazes out the window.
所長と言ったって何でもかんでも好き勝手できるわけじゃないんだから。所詮管理職というかなんというか。それにね、今の TNSC には予算も人材もないんだ。
I mean, that's pretty fair. It's like asking NASA for help. Their funding is down the drain. Like they're barely able to fund themselves, let alone fund other people.
予算縮小ってことだよ。最近はロケットも打ち上げてないからね。
Yeah, really, the whole world is kind of like in a space race. Like decline, you know? Nobody really cares as much about it. Like people talk about colonizing Mars all the time, and there is research on it, but no government in the entire world is actually putting a lot of effort and money into it. So we can sit here and plan all we want, but until we get the funding to actually do it, it's very challenging to actually pull off such a feat.
ましてや施設を私的に使おうなんてとても僕はクビになってしまうよ。
なんか夢も希望もないね。
I always thought he was kind of unreliable, but I didn't think he was this bad. I mean, to be fair, he's got a point. If you just put a giant robot in one of your facilities without getting proper consent from upper management, you're gonna get fired. He's not wrong.
すまないね、協力できなくて。
I mean, he could probably introduce her to personnel, just like introduce her to them. And maybe like if they had free time or something, they could come help. But that probably wouldn't get him fired, I don't think. But the facilities and the money is probably something he wouldn't be able to
これは
do.
なんていうか、夢とかそういうものとは関係なくてね、世知辛い社会のルールといえばいいのかな。組織が大きくなればなるほど融通も効かなくなっちゃうわけでね。もちろん娘のお願いをなんとか聞いてあげたいっていう気持ちだけはあるんだけどね。お父さんのポケットマネーから資金を出そうにも財布は母さんに握られてるし。
お父さん、それ以上言わなくていいから。うちまで悲しくなる。
I want to cover my ears. I want to lose all my memories of the last 30 minutes.
お邪魔しました。
お茶ぐらい飲んでったらどうだい。あ、そうだ、この前筑波に研修に行ってた大前くんからのお土産があって。
お父さん、
He's trying to get me to stay, but I cut him off.
昔のお父さんは自分の夢にまっすぐで純粋で、うちはそんなお父さんが好きだった。
I mean, you can't really blame him.
でも今のお父さんからは情熱を感じないよ。
I mean, dude's got gray hairs. I mean, you can't really...
そのことが寂しい。
秋穂。
If my sister were here right now, she'd probably be even more upset than I
ねえ
am.
お父さん、あの頃の情熱がもしまだ残ってるなら協力を。
いや、それはだから無理だって。
If he's not gonna have a change of heart now, when will he? Dummy dad, why can't you read the room? I'm pretty sure I inherited that quality from him. I want to ruffle Kai's hair so badly right now, but Kai isn't here, so I started squeezing the Fink toy I have hanging from the back of my phone droid
お
instead.
父さんなんてもう頼らないよ。
I spit out my words and rush out of the office. If this is the adult world, I want nothing to do with it. I'm not going to say that out loud. I get that my requests are absurd. I even figured that I probably wouldn't get everything I wanted, but he could have at least said, I'll do my best or something. That alone would have made me happy. The old dad who would passionately talk about space development and robot anime with Kai and I would have. I guess even now, I might still be searching for that ideal dad from back then. I mean, I think she's definitely being a tad bit unreasonable, but, you know, that's how it goes, I suppose. I mean, she has been working at this for quite a while, so I suppose it's not completely insane. But she does have to take into consideration her dad is working, you know, for the space program and all that. Like, he can't just go and do anything he wants. There's a strong wind coming in from the sea, and it's kind of irritating. It's messing up my hair and breaking my focus on Kill Ballad. I look away from my phone droid and take a deep breath. I'm sitting on the rather wide lawn of Tanegashima Space Center. There's a replica H2 rocket here, along with several benches. It's not a bad environment to relax in, but it's way too far away. Well, if we're talking about direct distance, it's closer to my house than the school is. It just feels further away. There aren't many locals who would travel to this end of the island. I take a look around. As expected, there are barely any people in the area. In the distance, I see one local middle-aged man playing golf by himself. There aren't even many employees stationed here at TNSC. During rocket launches, engineers arrive from off the island, and the staff grows 3 times larger, or so they say. But that was only when rockets used to launch from here. Now the main focus of JAXA's space development has shifted to Epsilon rocket. Since Epsilon is smaller than H2A and H2B launched from Tanegashima, its size doesn't match TNSC's facilities, and so Epsilon rockets are launched from Uchinorura, Uchinauda. There we go. I'm probably butchering it, but I'm trying. I want to say that about 3 times a year, give or take. Since the launch of Hayabusa 2 several years ago. Wait, so is the other one II or is it 2? Because now this one's the number 2. Is the other one whatever. There hasn't been a single launch from Tanegashima. I haven't even visited this place in like 12 or 13 years. As for why I'm here by myself, wait, was she in was Misune in middle school? Was that her middle school outfit? It looked like the same outfit that Akio had on, meaning she would be in high school. But they said that was only, 6 to 8 years ago, so I don't think 12 or 13 would make sense unless they didn't watch it from the Space Center, which I guess is possible, but I thought they watched it from the park, like, right nearby, but as for why I'm sitting here by myself, it's obviously because the Robot Club president dragged me here. Akio's visiting her dad, aka the guy who runs this joint. I was pretty shocked yesterday when she suddenly mentioned coming here, but once I cooled down and thought about it, it dawned on me that she was going to use her inside connections, not that I expect that to go very well. I give a wry smile and boot up Kill Ballad. Frau Kojiro.
お、フラウコウジロじゃなくてコウジロフラウだっけ？
I was it's interesting that they didn't switch them because Frau Kojiro, I think he said it as because in most other countries the family name comes second after the first name, your given name. For me, like Abigail Lang, right? So you'd have Abigail first, but in Japanese it's flipped, obviously, so it'd be Lang Abigail. So since she has blonde hair, they immediately assume, foreigner. So Frau is not really a very Japanese name. Kojiro is, but Frau is not really a Japanese name, so they put Frau Kojiro, but she prefers the Japanese style, so Kojiro Frau. But in the previous slide, they didn't switch it. It just said Frau Kojiro, but he didn't say it that way. He said it flipped way. I was pretty nervous at the airport yesterday. I never expected Kill Ballad's creator to be someone my age, or a girl at that. Oh, big news today. Oh man, she's actually talking. We met at the airport yesterday, didn't we? Say what? Were you that boy? Terra coincidental, lol. What's those weird words you use? Some sort of foreign language? They don't strike me as net slang. I've never heard of a lot of them before. They're at-channel words and popular stuff like 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Are you sure you're not actually some geezer? You don't strike me as a high school girl. So I'm told, lol. But the chick you saw yesterday was undoubtedly me. the Frau Kojiro. Or I wonder if she said Kojiro Frau in the Japanese one. By the way, if you mess up my name, I'm never forgiving you forever, ever, never. Sure. I'm grateful for that program you gave me. I never thought you'd actually cooperate, but you really saved my butt. I'm glad you believed me. All hail Goggle. I goggled it just now. Wowee, second place? LOL, not bad, LOL. I'm happy about it, but but also kind of annoyed, to be honest. So what's the big news? The whole time being on Tanegashima thing. But I guess that's hardly big news to you, Umisho Shi. My apologies, so you are here on vacation or something? You don't have to answer me if you don't want to. I don't want to pry. I just figured I could wreck some good tourist spots is all. My way of saying thanks for the program. Flirting KTKR? I'm not saying we have to meet up in person. I could just tell you about some right here. Let's meet up tomorrow. Huh? Seriously? First the program, now this? You're surprisingly trusting. Someone might try and take advantage of your trust one of these days. Certainly, the only reason I trust you, Umisho Shi, is because you're number 5 on the Kill Ballad leaderboards. I don't see the connection. Anyway, meet me in front of the old Tanegashima airport tomorrow, just after 3. What? Why the old airport? It's related to the Robot Club or something? Legit zero interest in the old airport itself. Also, what does that place have to do with the Robots Club deets, please? Never mind. Bye-bye. Kojiro has left the room. She didn't even play. Why can't she just email? You have the email. What? As soon as I put my phone droid away, Akio returns.
かい。
意外と早かったね。あと1時間くらいはかかると思ったよ。
ダメ。全然話になんないよ。
Akio is clearly disappointed.
だろうね。
だろうねって？
アキちゃんの要求はいくらなんでも無茶すぎだよ。おじさん困ってたんじゃない？
お父さんなら絶対食いつくと思ったんだけどな。東京にある本社にお伺い立ててみるとか、そういうこともせずにね、いきなり断ったんだよ。もうがっかりしちゃった。頑張るアンクストライカーを出しそうになったよ。
She's starting to get excited again, which means I need to calm her down lest she complain forever.
まあいきなり欲張らずに段階を踏んでいけばいいんじゃない？
段階か。
身の丈に合ったところからってね。アキちゃんは理想が高すぎるんだよ。
理想は常にビッグにだよ。
I noticed that she didn't put on her glasses this time. I guess that's not one of our usual references. A wry smile still on my face, I stand up and walk to the parking lot where our scooters are, hoping to end the topic. Akio follows a little ways
って
behind
いう
me.
か、今日来なかったスバルには罰として部室の掃除させよう。
またその話？俺に愚痴るより本人に直接言いなよ。
だっていくらなんでもあんな言い方しなくてもいいのに、仮にもうちの方が年上なんだよ。
生意気なのは前から分かってたじゃん。
Just a few hours ago, Akio was talking about going to the TNSC today, but Subaru had a sound argument as to why he refused to come along.
僕は行きませんよ。ナンセンスですから。
Nonsense this. I just find that so funny.
そもそも TNSC はロケット発射場なんです。それくらいは間抜けな部長でももちろん理解していますよね。
間抜けって。
ロケットを打ち上げる施設とロボット工学の間にどんな関係があるのか教えてほしいですね。
JAXA には宇宙ロボティクス部門っていうれっきとした研究部門が
あることを僕が知らないとでも？もちろん把握しています。当然でしょう。それを前提で話していたんですが、失礼。どうやら宇宙ロボティクス部門研究者の助言を得たいなら東京か筑波へ足を運ぶことをお勧めしますよ。
That's fair.
今思い出してもムキーってなるよ。なんであんなにへりくつなんだろう。
へりくつじゃないでしょ。むしろ正論すぎる。
カイはスバルの肩持つの？
案の定断られたわけだし。態度は生意気だけど将来有望な後輩だと思うよ。
そりゃうちはダメな部長だけど。
アキちゃんとしては現状のままズルズルいくのは嫌なんでしょ？だったら変化を受け入れることも必要なんじゃない？なんて俺が偉そうに言うことじゃないけどね。
じゃあカイも変化を受け入れてくれる？
変化？
ガンツクワンのパイロット、うちはカイしか考えてないから。
はあ？ちょっと待った。パイロットって何それ？初耳。
パイロットって言ったらガンツクワンに乗り込んで操縦する役に決まってるでしょ。ロボットアニメの花形、一番目立つところだよ。やっぱりパイロットは男の子であるべきなの。だからうちはあえて身を引いたのさ。
Why does it have to be a boy?
カイはロボワンでもオペレーターだったんだし、スバルに名誉を譲
Is
るの
this
は
like
な
some
んか
darling
そ
in
こ
the
でしょ。
Franxx shit, or?
だからカイに。
やだよ俺。そんなの名誉でもなんでもないって。
Why does it have to be a boy though?
むしろ生贄っていうのがふさわしいね。
What? Is that like some darling in the Franxx nonsense? Why does it have to be a boy? I don't understand. It's like it too thin, and so girls with boobs just like can't fit in it. I mean, then it doesn't necessarily have to be a boy though. I'm confused. What? Why?
何それ、どういう意味？
だってアキちゃんが作った代物でしょうが。
What?
どう考えても歩く棺桶でしょう。命がいくつあっても足りないよ。危なすぎる。なあ、そもそも歩くかどうかも
やろ
There we go again. She always does this when she doesn't like what I'm saying. Akio storms off ahead of me.
カイ、帰りにロンソー寄ってくから。
はいはい、音もしますよ。ついでだからね。
In the end, we gained absolutely nothing of value today. Sounds good to me. Oh, it's Subaru Hidaka. Oh.
ただいま。
Well, hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below for me, because you already know your support's greatly appreciated, as well as subscribing to the channel and all of that good stuff. And we'll see you all next time.